The very same man who trembles with fear when he thinks about earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, volcanoes and tsunamis that have devastated the lives and livelihood of millions of people, never bothers to think about the ultimate end of the universe that can occur at any moment, putting an end to the life on earth and the existence of the universe as well. Neither the Quran nor the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has specified when the world is going to end. But it has been said that the end can happen at any moment when people least expect it. It may happen at a time we think that we have got more years to live, and when we are busy accumulating more resources for the future. It may occur at a time when the thought that the end of the world is near has not even entered the realms of our imagination. It may take place while we are indulging in our pastimes or worldly affairs, or while we are quarreling with each other. It may happen when we are indulging in some dreadful sins, or within such a short time required for two persons who have unfolded a cloth to fold it, or a person who has milked a camel could drink it, or a person who has filled water could give the same to others, or a person who has put food in his mouth could swallow it. In short, the Quran wants us to prepare for the end of the world that is going to occur at the most unexpected time, quite suddenly and quickly. Those who make fun of the above mentioned warnings may kindly recollect the devastation caused by the tsunami which lashed the coastal areas of many Asian countries not so long ago. The catastrophe struck quite so suddenly when there were no heavy rains, storms or strong winds, and when the seas were perfectly calm. Those who had gone to the seashores for a morning stroll, for fishing, for pilgrimage, and who were spending vacation in resorts were taken unaware when the waves unexpectedly rose to alarming heights and hit the shores. And when the waves retreated, they carried with them large buildings, trees, vehicles, and tens of thousands of people. I am reminded of a very particular tragic incident in which a mother and her two children who were spending their vacation at a seaside resort were involved. The surging waves swept away the cottage in which they were staying into the sea. The mother held the two children and tried to cling on to something. The younger was 2 years old and the elder was 7 years of age. The mother struggled with all her might to hold on. But gradually she realized the painful reality that if she tries to save both the kids, all three of them will be drowned. So a quick and painful decision had to be taken. She should abandon one of the children. Whom will she renounce? Both of them are equally dear to her. She had carried both of them in her womb, suckled them, looked after them, cared for them. Both of them love her and treasure her help. Time was running out. Finally, she decided to abandon the elder one. It was like plucking her heart and throwing it away. A few minutes back, even in her wildest of dreams, she would not have imagined of taking such a decision. Similarly, the doomsday will occur on a sudden at the most unexpected moment. The Quran as well as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given vivid descriptions about the last day. Chapter 99 verse 1 and 2 of the Quran states, إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. When the earth is shaken in her utmost convulsion, and the earth throws up her burden from within. There are some other descriptions like this one. The earth and the skies are raised and lowered. The land and the mountain are shaken from its foundation. The earth throws everything inside it. The mountains will travel like clouds. The stars will be dead. The stars will lose its light and the universe will burn, etc. There are people who make fun of these descriptions and argue that the universe will remain like this forever. Earlier, these people had the support of many scientists who believed in the steady state theory. According to this theory, the universe has no beginning nor end. At the time, the atheists used to make fun and say, "Look at those fools, the religious people, who repeatedly say that the universe has a beginning and an end, whereas science says exactly the opposite." But in 1929, when a scientist called Edwin Hubble studied the universe, he observed and found that the nebulae, stars and planets move away from each other, just like the dots in a balloon move away from each other when it's inflated. Then he came to the conclusion that the universe is expanding. The Quran has stated this fact in chapter 51, verse 47. وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِئُونَ. I have created this universe and I will expand it. The knowledge about the expansion of the universe led the scientists to formulate the Big Bang theory. If the nebulae, stars and planets are moving away from each other, then as we go back in time, definitely they were much closer than now. And if we further go backward, then there must have been a time when everything was joined together as one. Now the scientists believe that at first there was a vacuum, and then the nucleus of the universe was formed. At the time, the entire universe was only a few kilometers in diameter, and even a tiny portion of it must have weighed billions of tons. Then a massive explosion took place and everything was thrown out, and later nebulae, stars and planets were formed. This theory is called the Big Bang theory. The Noble Quran says in chapter 21 verse 30, أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. The earth and the skies, that is the universe, were joined together and then we separated them. This theory led scientists to another theory called the Big Crunch theory. They postulate that sometime in the future, the stars and planets will lose their energy. Stars will stop producing heat and light, and everything will come closer and closer, and at a particular point with the Big Crunch, the universe will be completely destroyed. In short, the universe has got an end. So the Big Bang theory says the universe has a beginning, and the Big Crunch theory says there is an end to the universe. When we compare the state of the universe, the stars and planets as per the Big Crunch theory, the description contained in the Quran regarding the state during the end of the world, there are great similarities.